boys, she's clean now. In a couple hours, it'll be completely different. Happy Monday. It's happy Monday. Starting off, we've got ourselves a hom roller that apparently has got a bunch of codes from Friday, and from what the operator told me, the AC's not working. So we're probably going to start with that, whatever the hell else decides to break. So let's get to it. You know, JD Link has this really cool thing where you can locate the piece of equipment, and then you can also look at directions up for it. So guess what, boys? We're almost there. I should be able to see it from here. Hey, look. Hom roller. World's fastest hood release. Let's go. Whee! Wet ass ahoy. Here we go. Guys, the longer we run this thing at high idle or low idle, voltage just keeps slowly dropping. Current does drop slowly as well. The faults we're getting, you guys can see right there, we're getting 117, and then this 51-7, which never came up yesterday on Friday, but also that one. The 524190, and then finally you go here where it's actually a notification. You're having your 205 alternator charge control. You're not helping. And this alternator is, good God, hotter than hell. After only about 45 minutes of runtime, it's hotter than the fucking exhaust. All right, Bobcat MT85. Supposed coolant leak, overheat, smoking, all this other shit. I think we found a leak on the unit. By the way, does anybody understand what the premise behind the drive belt is? It's supposed to spin the fan, which is supposed to spin the water pump. Well, if the fan doesn't spin because the belt slips like a motherfucker, that's not going to help anything either.
Kind of piston stuff in there.
Alright boys, big job here. Got a John Deere 350P. Guess what? We need to replace the horn. Let's get to it. Fuck. Now, in most cases, you have this situation happen. What do? You go and you find the right pigtail connector, right? Wrong. Guess what, boys? A Cat high tone. There you go. There's your 24 volt 491 7825. Guess what? Just needs to use traditional spade connectors. Boom, boys, factory. Can't even tell them apart. Sounds pretty good to me, boys.
I love it when someone looks at me and says, "Do you know that you're an asshole?" Yeah, I know. I wake up every morning, look myself in the mirror, and go, "Rise and shine, dickhead. Let's go see who we can piss off today."
All right, boys, you can tell by the steps. Truck's muddy as hell. Let's get Tuesday going. All right, boys, happy Tuesday. Well, we got rain in the forecast as we did yesterday, so heading in today, unsure what we're getting into, but we're going to do something today, so enjoy, boys. All right, starting morning out, International 2018 with a 9-liter Cummins in it. Operator states it overheated. Shows me a picture, 230 degrees coolant temp. Let's get into it. All right, they just recently filled the coolant up, as you can tell. The gas bottle's full, and it's got coolant all over it. Wait a minute. Hold up. What the? Where's the? I think that's supposed to be attached to something. Yeah, gimme. A little early morning bucket teeth action. Come on. All right, 624P is in P is in poverty. We got a problem. Well, you're missing something here. That's fucked up. That one's good. So we got to replace all this shit. Yeah. Now we've got hardware. Now we can finish the damn loader. Well, you don't want to play nice, so we're going to change that. Boom, just like that, boys. New bolts, cutting edge. Yeah. All right, Deere 410E, trying to fix a problem up there. Yeah, so apparently operators decided to want to go ahead and take care of this themselves, so we're going to go ahead and fix that. Put the shit in the bag here. Well, the fine folks at John Deere want you to use a rivet. This guy right here for that. And yeah, I don't know if they knew this or not, but my rivet gun is the big ass rivet gun, and this is not going to work. So we're going to put a bolt in it. Well, boys, call me Ruby the Riveter, because yep, that's riveted in. Can't say it's much better than what Deere did, so shit'll work for now. I really wanted to bolt this thing, but that's not going to work. So rivet for the win. Rivet. Boys, I gotta tell you, it's just getting crazy out here. You gotta take a look at this shit. I mean, it's just raining its ass off out of nowhere. I mean, literally, I was just sitting here and it just started pouring its ass off. It's craziness, craziness. Look again. Look at that rain. God damn.
Fucking bet against me. Bet against me. Tell me it's not gonna happen. Tell me it's gonna fail. I love it. I love every minute of it.
All right, boys, Tech Tip Tuesday. We got a 544. I have no idea, some old clapped out deer. Here we're gonna go ahead and test the steering orbital. All right, so what you want to do essentially is get it as square as you can, and then go from one side to the other. Now, essentially, you should have locks. Well, guess what? We're mechanically bound here, but hydraulically, we're still going here. And we go to the other side here, and look at that, boys. Mechanically bound, but yet steering wheel is still spinning. What does that mean? That is down and dirty, quick, fast, in a hurry to tell you that the steering orbital is bypassing, and it's time to replace it. The more you know. Boys, I'm absolutely in love with these carbide scrapers. I mean, just look at this right here. Cleans this exhaust manifold easily. We're not taking any metal. Perfect. I'm in love. I love it. Boys, look at that finished product right there. Smooth, perfect surface. Right now we can throw a gasket on there. Boys, you can pick these up right off Fortis HD, and you can use my discount code right there, boys. Save yourself some money. Get yourself one, because I'm telling you right now, the kit is worth your money. Get it. All right, boys, get ready for a hot and humid Wednesday. Let's go. All right, guys, happy Wednesday. So on the docket today, we've got kind of a mixed match of things. So we still have the bow mag we just got parts for yesterday, so we can put that back together. We've got an 85 that needs a service, and whatever the hell else decides to want to break. So let's get to it, boys. All right, while we wait for parts for the old water truck, we're going to get started back on this unit here. We got the majority of what we need to at least get the drum and hub assembly put back together. We're still waiting for the exhaust parts to come in to finish this off. All right, now in most cases, if you're going to be installing the old gear onto the new axle shaft, you'd put this unit into a press and you'd press it into place, because you got to get to the keyway and everything engaged, all that fun shit. Now I'm going to tell you the Bush method, which is get you a frickin' bucket tooth off a 336 Next Gen that's got some wear to her, and put it right there on the gear and just drive that unit on. All right, boys, this is where we're at right now. This side fully assembled, all new hardware, all that fun shit. Yet we are kind of in a hold. So I ordered everything I needed, and apparently they decided that this bearing wasn't needed. So this side we can't reassemble, but the axle assembly and everything is all installed, all nicey nice. We're ready to rock and roll. Let's get this all cleaned up, all tapped out, and ready for, I guess, whenever we get the bearing. Fun. Now we can tackle the exhaust. Yep, here it goes, and you're going. I'm gonna be dead honest with you guys. Guys who do over-the-road trucks, you don't get paid enough. Okay, I'll be dead honest with you. This fucking shit right here sucks. Okay, I have no belt diagram, and an ISL 9 liter is just, there's way too many options in the industrial world for it. And of course, in international, they decided that, hey, I don't need to put a belt diagram decal or anything like that on the radiator shroud like every other goddamn trucking company in the fucking planet. Well, belt's on. It's running. All right, little Bobcat T76, blown coupler line. Remember, boys, if you're gonna have your shit open while you go get the hose made, make sure you cap everything off. All right, installed factory-ish. Let's check it out, make sure there's no issues, and put this bitch back in service. Not in love with it, but it'll hold up for now. Really fucked up way they route this shit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I don't know. I just feel like we should be allowed one assault charge a week. You feel me? If more people got punched in the mouth, less people would act the way they do. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying violence is the answer. I'm just saying that the world is overpopulated with dumbasses.
Boys, Tech Tip Wednesday. Wanted to do a real quick one. We got rain that's coming in tonight, and we're still working on the bow mag. Well, this side's opened up, and in order to protect the new axle and what have you that we got inside here, I like to use these old shower curtains. Everybody changes them out fairly frequently. They're a hell of a lot cheaper than engine blankets. Again, they are designed to be water resistant. And worst case scenario, you can always go to the dollar store and pick them up for $1. So there's your Tech Tip Wednesday. Hopefully that helps somebody out. I can already hear the harmonicas. It's going to be a hot day, boys. All right, guys, happy Thursday. All right, so it's going to be a hot one. We're starting out the morning. We got a haul truck that apparently has got some sort of a leak near the rear end. So we're going to start with that, and then we should have the bearing in for the bow mag later on the day. Hopefully we can get that reassembled, and then whatever the hell else decides to break. So enjoy, boys. All right, one with a hydraulic leak and one with a stop code. Let's get into this one. All right, so right now, the only codes that are stored: temperature, actuator fault for the AC, communication to the rear frame, and then the only thing that would stop this thing would be the middle axle oil temperature high. And they just drove this thing a pretty good distance, so more than likely that's what we're dealing with here. All right, slight difference of temperature there. We got 127 in the middle, 104 for the rear. We'll check the brake pedal position and made sure that was working correctly, as well as the rear brake pressure sensor. So that's all working fine. I don't know the status on the breathers, so I went ahead and ordered new breathers for it. The filters have roughly about 100 hours on them. Well, boys, sometimes you don't have to be a gynecologist to find out a problem. Found the leak. That was tough. Just remember, boys, sometimes you got to hoof it on a job site. Even if you got to carry a hose around the neck, you'll get there. Almost there. All right, T76 Bobcat. Apparently, we have some fault codes, and it loses power. So let's go ahead and look into this one. Yeah, low power complaint. Oh no, not the air filter, it's out of range. Oh shit! Well, let's start with the inner filter. That's pretty bad. And then there's you, like, what the how? Well, I'm not gonna blow out these units right here. We got fresh units right here, boom. All right, 410E. Operator actually checked fluids and found something interesting in the coolant. Let's get into it. Well, boys, you see it right there. So you got your coolant and then a layer of oil. Let's look into the gas bottle. And you guys see right there, you got that coagulation effect going on. Well, just because I was curious and kind of what I thought, because the oil cooler's having issues. The head gasket, I don't see that being a problem, but I do know that there are updates for the cylinder head bolts. So I'm somewhere between oil cooler and the liner issue, or potentially cracked cylinder head. All these options absolutely suck. Ugh. What have I become? What have I become? At least it starts now. Ah.
There's people out there that are just working harder than everybody else, and they're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
And that's their grind. You know, and those people are super valuable because they change everybody's perspective of like what's possible, what to strive for, and what it takes.
Starting out, beautiful Friday. Let's go, boys. All right, boys, happy Friday. We've made it. All right, so what we got going on? So we do have parts to come in today that are going to help us finish the bow mag, and then potentially some services and whatever the hell else decides to go south on us today. So enjoy. Have a good Friday. First stop of the morning, that's right, boys. Fleet Pride, waiting for them to open. Need some consumables. Time to restock here, boys. Yep. That's gonna go somewhere. Goddamn big ass cans. Yep, brake clean. Oh yeah. PACCAR identifies as a cat. Just putting it out there. Well, boys, it looks like we have some exhausting work ahead of us. So let's go ahead and get that removed and all this put onto you. Well, aside from the fact that we did not get all of our parts, so we've got the majority of everything we need. New muffler, new mid-pipe, new nuts. We're missing the studs and the gasket, but this was just kind of put up here temporarily just so I could test it. So she's done, but not really. Fuck. All right, more custom tooling with Mike. So we got the old hub here. Guess what? If you need to install that hub seal, boom, fits over there perfectly. Hammer it down and get it in place. And boys, when you're installing the bolts for the pusher bolts, you know, these guys right here, use a little bit of copper anti-seize, you know, this shit right here. And then go ahead and grab your impact and, you know, totally get mad at yourself for later on down the road. Okay, so the axle bolt torque is 900 Newton meters. There you go. And that is a lot. And just for future reference, when you're going to install the gasket, you want to use fat. So make sure you're using fat when you're putting the gasket on. This is not laziness. This is just, I've had a long week and I'm tired. And I don't feel like hoofing it to there.
Fly, little Bomag, fly.
Was a deer, it wouldn't have had that fucking problem. Ford out here just doing Ford stuff. Found the leak.
It was supposed to be a 30-minute job. It's been 9 fucking hours and now the engine's fucking knocking.